Hey guys, what is up, and I welcome each and every one of you to a new League of Legends video. So patch 6.2 has just come out, and after reading all of the patch notes, there was one that really stood out to me. And it was the changes to Kha'Zix, what at first I thought were quite significant buffs. I mean, the fact that now you can buffer the W or the ultimate while you are in the air and then have it instantly come out as you land, to me seemed really good on paper because it is similar to how Kha'Zix used to interact by being able to cast W while in the air. Except this one is slightly different since you buffer the W in the air and have it auto cast for you as you land. So therefore essentially making use of every ability in an assassination. So after testing it out in this video, I'll let you guys know what I have found out regarding this new so-called mechanic. But as usual, before we jump right into that, the question of this video is going to be, what do you think about these Kha'Zix changes? And don't forget to hit that like button if you end up enjoying this video. So prior to this patch, the typical combo you would use for Kha'Zix when it comes to killing a target is as follows. You begin with your jump, and as you jump you use the Tiamat instantly followed by the Q all while you are in the air, land, auto attack followed by a W. And this honestly worked quite decently. I mean, you always had to use the W after you land, well, because you just simply could not use it in the air anymore. But let's now add the changes to Kha'Zix and see how much of a drastic change it really is. So in the first example, I'll be testing it how I think it should be working, which is truly buffering it. So for instance, you would jump, you would use the W mid-air followed by the Q, and then you would land and let the W auto cast. But unfortunately, it does not seem to work that way. And if you were to use the jump and then the Q and then the W while you are again still in the middle of the jump, so at the very peak of it, it would still not work. But here's how the change does work. So taking a look at the most simplistic version of it, if you jump and then use your W anywhere in the jump and only the W, then yes, it will instantly cast it upon landing. But that's obviously not good enough. I mean, you want to be able to use your other abilities like your Q and your Tiamat as well. Well, luckily with the new buffer system, it is still possible, but again, it just doesn't work how I think it should have. But here's an example of how you can make it work. So another fairly simple example is jump, Q while you are in the middle of the air, and then use W the second before you land. You might have to spam W just to make it work if you're not used to the timing. But you can notice that Kha'Zix does his W animation pretty much in the exact same time as he lands versus having that 1 second delay as before. So essentially, if you jump and then use W to try and buffer it, but then use your Q or issue a move command, it will cancel the buffered W and it will not auto cast it upon landing. However, in this example, if you E Tiamat W and use W while you are still at the peak of your jump without using the Q or issuing a move command, then the buffer on the W will work no matter what point of the jump you use it on. And here's how the full combo will look like. Utilizing the new trick, you E, you Tiamat, you can then W, which will buffer it and then use the Q, and then it will use it pretty much as you land. And thanks to the longer W cast animation, it will still save you a bit of time. Or doing more or less the flip version of that, where you first start with your Q then your W, well, it looks similar. You first E, Tiamat, use your Q, and then W right after, which you'll probably have to spam, and it will go off as you land, but it doesn't seem that much faster. And it does seem very, very difficult to use your E, W, Q, and Tiamat all together in one jump, even as I was practicing it several times. And in case you're curious about the buffering of the ultimate instead, well, I mean, it works exactly like the W, so whatever you can do with the W, you can do with the ultimate. Whatever you cannot do with the W, like I said earlier, you also cannot do that with the ultimate. So essentially, you can buffer the W if you only use the jump or Tiamat, but nothing else, and it will work no matter when you use the W in your jump. However, if you use your W at the beginning or somewhere around the middle of your jump while also issuing a Q command, it will cancel the W, or if you issue a move command, it will also cancel the W. So it doesn't really truly buffer it in the way I thought it would, but if you do use the W just before you land, maybe the split second before you do it, it will save you a couple of seconds because of the animation canceling, and in that sense, it will still work. So I hope this video wasn't too confusing to you guys. I mean, it took a while to try and understand how this really does work, and whether or not the fact that you cannot use the W buffer while you're in mid-air while also issuing a Q command is a bug or not is a question to me still. But either way, that is it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy it, learn something new or whatever, please definitely hit the like button, share with your friends, subscribe if you haven't, check out the other videos as well. And here are my favorite answers to the question of yesterday's video. What do you think about the new AD Assassin item? Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.